Well, I'm joined now by Larry Yu. He's a professor of hospitality management at George Washington University, and he serves as the faculty director of its Master of Tourism Administration program. Larry, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
If we look at outbound tourism from China, it's increasing. We look at figures for the first half of this year. There was a 15% increase from the first half, for the figures for the first half of last year. And that trend seems to have been there for the last 10 years.
Yes.
What role are foreign-based companies playing in this growth?
Foreign-based companies actually play a major role. And actually, there are two different kinds of organizations. One is the destination marketing organizations, and typically they're semi-government and representing the local destination cities and country like Brand USA, that's for the US government at the national level, and then the cities like Los Angeles, even our Washington, D.C., all been very aggressive promoting their destinations to Chinese visitors. But then you also have the private companies who organize, who sell their products and to the Chinese consumers, but through the Chinese counterparts. And so they all been very aggressive in promoting their destinations and selling their products. And a good example is our Washington, D.C., for instance. And Destination D.C. and actually promotes this China-ready certificate to some of the hotels in the local market. And so if you are China-ready, and so you will get more Chinese visitors to stay in your hotels, and which will require certain amenities and services to be provided to the Chinese visitors. So they're being very aggressive and promoting their products and services.
So that's Washington, D.C., but where are Chinese tourists going, most of them?
They're going, traditionally, they still go to the countries close to China, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, and then they expand to the Maldives, very popular destination, and then Europe. Europe has been very popular to the Chinese as well. And some of the top destinations mentioned just in the earlier segment, Paris, France is very popular. And then United States has been also been very popular in the last decade or so. But now the trend now has actually shifting to South America. And that region also been very aggressively targeting the Chinese visitors as well.
Well, that's very interesting. What are the Latin Americans doing to attract Chinese tourists?
They're actually doing in a number of different things. For instance, first, the notion, Latin America is too far to the Chinese, and typically you need to have a transit and stop in the U.S. and then continue on to some of the countries in the Americas. But now, early in the year, Panama had a direct flight by Air China, and then the other countries, especially Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico, and all been very aggressive to promote their products and services, and to really promote this sense of exoticness, and because culture is very different, and customs very different. And so the Chinese really are very interested in doing some of those sites, and the tour is actually not, inexpensive. Mm-hmm. It will cost you about, to South America now, it's about $8,000, and for the South America trip, it's like 50,000 Chinese yuan.
Yeah, that is not cheap. Larry Yu, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.